Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Kathleen Bertrand, BronzeLens Film Festival, and welcome to BronzeLens Live. I'm so excited about my guest today, and we're going to wait just a moment and allow some of you to come in the room. Let's see, I love this part. Kasim McGowan, how are you? Thank you for joining us. We really love these opportunities to connect with everybody. Silver Glam One, hey, thank you for joining us. Jazzy Travels, thank you for joining us. This is awesome. And I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but in Atlanta, it's a gloomy kind of day. Reese Odom, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. The Theme Bras and Reese Odom both joined. Hey, William Roebuck, back again. I'm gonna have to get something for you, William Roebuck, because you are the most faithful follower outside of our staff. So I love it. T Terry 78 joined us, so welcome. R F Freeman 4607, thank you. The Real Y'all, thank you. Hey, Rhea, glad to see you here. Let's see. Aura K. Carlos, thank you for joining us. It's gloomy in Orlando, too. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Hey, Terry, glad to have you with us. Megan, makeup artist, is with us. Deidre McDonald, our artistic directors here. Rhea Posey, who takes care of all of our social media management, is here with us. Elisa Aaron, I missed it, Anderson. Hey, Patrick, thank you for being with us again. Kiss the baby for me. Patrick Thomas, one of our filmmakers, has a brand new baby boy, Park. Let's see, Elisa Diane Anderson, thank you for being with us. Hey, got it right that time. And we just love you guys for following us each week. We've had some amazing guests. Oh my God, we've had some really amazing guests. So at some point, I'm going to go over our calendar of events when we get towards the end. So don't leave because there's a lot of stuff that's going on that I want you to know about. Most importantly is tomorrow, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. Hey, so TC Carson is here. He's in the room. He's circling. He's in the area. He just landed. And so put your hands together and let's welcome our guest for today. His name is TC Carson. We love him. He's been years. And I'll tell you my story about when I first met him. Hey, Megan. Yes, we're excited about TC as well. And there he is.
What's up, beautiful?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm great. You know, I spend a lot of time scooting around in my chair only because when I'm on the screen by myself, my face looks okay. And then by the time someone joins, you see like my face looks like that. So I'm just trying to get it right. Hey, TC, people are shouting you out. Crystal King is on.
Hey,
They're all shouting you out. Hey.
I'm going to let you all know right now, all that's too little for me to read. I can't read none of that. Let you know now, I can't read none of that. So, hey, everybody, how you all doing? Thank you for hollering at a brother, but understand I can't read none of that.
Yes, yes, and I'll yell when I can. I probably will miss quite a few of them myself. So TC, what have you been doing? I don't know if people know that you're in Atlanta now.
Well, they wasn't supposed to, but they know now, huh?
Well, you know, you're tri-coastal and all of that, so you know, the greatest thing was to be out walking one morning, and to look over, and I'm like,
my neighborhood.
Oh my God, look at this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, you know what though? It's been marvelous for us to see you in so many things that are being filmed or have been being filmed and taped here. So, you know, it certainly makes sense. I know you have you know, places in every port, so it's good. We love the time that you're in Atlanta. So y'all, let me read a little bit about TC. I'm not going to read his entire bio,
Please
but there are pieces about him that you really should know. That marvelous voice of his. Oh my God. And I'm going to have to tell you about the first time I met you. I'll come back to that. So
Okay.
listen, follow TC on @official TC Carson on Facebook and on Instagram. He's verified, so you know he's got that little check mark, and on Twitter @TC Carson if you want to keep up with him. Our friend today is jazz vocalist, voiceover artist, and actor who is best known for his portrayal of the debonair Kyle Barker on the hit sitcom Living Single. TC's 5-year stint on the show earned him 2 NAACP Image Award nominations for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. He's no stranger to the big screen, and some of his movie credits include the military thriller U-571, Final Destination 2, Living Large, and Gang Related. So I'm going to stop right there because the first time I met you was I had just seen Living Large, and it had been out for some years, but I missed it, and I tuned in because I kept seeing Atlanta skylines. You know, that's my thing. If I see the city, I'm tuning in, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the, yes. I loved that movie, and to have been on stage with you, to sing with you, was just an amazing coming together of all of that. So I'm a fan. I just need to get that out there, say that for everybody else that is a fan, because we've loved you for so many years, and I just want you to know that.
Thank you so much. I had a great time performing with you on stage. It was really a nice concert. Really.
Yes, it was. And we're looking for our opportunity to do it again, because when you last invited me, I was out of town. So our time is going to come again.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's see. In 2017, TC's fans were ecstatic to see him return to television in a reoccurring role in the OWN network hit series Greenleaf. Yes, yes, we saw you on that. Immediately following, fans were also able to see him even more as he made appearances on CW's Black Lightning. I saw you there. Star on Fox. I saw that. ABC's Nashville, yes, and BET's The Quad. And I saw you on, I'm like, TC is everywhere. And I was loving it. Yes, we got to get back to that. Absolutely. In 2018, he made a cameo appearance in the box office feature film Uncle Drew and was seen on TV1's original movie, Coins for Christmas. Last year, he was also both the lead in an independent film, Bricked, and was a regular role in bounce comedy series Last Call. TC is a voiceover artist, and some of you may know this. He served as the voice of Kratos in the God of War video game series, one of the top-selling video games of all time, as well as Mace Windu in the Star Wars, the Clone Wars animated television series, and as the Shaman Tensi in Far Cry Primal. One may also recognize his voice as the VOG, Voice of God, narrating award shows such as the BET Honors, and you got one of those kinds of voices. So I'm going to come back to your music stuff for a while, but let's talk about how you made that. You actually started in music, is that right?
Absolutely, yeah.
On stage.
Music and theater since grade school.
Wow, wow, wow. I ask this question a lot. I ask people, when did you know that I want to do this like every day? I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer or all that kind of stuff. I want to do this. When did you know that?
It was a couple of times where I thought it, but I still went in another direction, and it came back again. The first time was in, I believe it was 5th grade, and I sang for the first time on stage in front of the school.
Yes.
And the response that I got just was wow, you know, and
yes.
So that made me want to do that again. So when I got to high school, we had our own theater group, and we went around to different high schools with our own plays that we had written. And so that was the second time. It's like, yeah, I think I want to do this. But I think it really became solid for me was an incident with my mom. I had come home from college to, um, it was a break or something, and my band was performing downtown Chicago. And I was running a little behind. You know, I was living out in the suburbs at the time. I was running a little behind. So I got in the car, and long story short, I got pulled over. Not far from the house, and the police station was not far from that. So took me to the police station. Mom, stepfather came down, did what they needed to do. No charges, nothing like that. They let me go. And I was getting ready to go to my gig. And she was like, no, you can't go. And I lost it. I lost it in the parking lot. So they're waiting on me that this is my band, da 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 da. I mean, I went on for about 10 minutes just ranting. And my
Yes.
stepfather said, get in the car. I said, just get in the car. And I got in the car and he went and talked to my mother. He came back over. He said, okay, go. Just be careful and come back right after. I said, okay, cool. I got there and I passed the window where you could see the band had already started. So
Yes.
I parked the car and I got out of the car and I was rushing. I walked in the door, took my coat off, and got right on stage. And that's when I knew this is what I was supposed to do.
Yes.
They saw me coming in. They started the song. I walked in, got out of my stuff, and got right on stage.
What is that scene? What is that scene? The five heartbeats when the guy's
Yes.
been out in
Yeah.
the street.
Yeah, basically like that.
I love it. So how long did you sing like that? How long did you sing around, at that age with a band and
Oh,
things like that?
I've had a band since well, I had one in grade school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did, didn't have one in high school, but then college I had a band. And
Yeah.
from then on, I've been in different bands off and on since then.
Yes. 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 So it says on your bio,
Uh-oh.
Carson's number one passion remains to be his music. Yes. He has released two independent solo albums, Live in Beverly Hills and Truth, along with his one-of-a-kind rendition of the jazz standard My Funny Valentine. All are available now on iTunes, Amazon MP3, and Spotify. He's currently working on his next album, which is slated to be released in 2021. So you're this amazing singer. Now, I don't know when your recording career started. It doesn't talk about a time here. But at some point, you went from singing in clubs and having your own band to being in theatrical productions like The Wiz and Hair and Dreamgirls and Ain't Misbehaving. And I saw you in a couple of plays here in Atlanta. So how did that transition come about?
It kind of all happened around the same time. Like I said, I've been doing theater and music since grade school. So um, did plays in high school, musicals in college. And when I got out of college, when I came back to Chicago, I joined the Free Street Theater, which was a non-for-profit theater that took uh, theater to the people. So we had what we called a showmobile, and we would take it to
Oh, yes.
take it to a neighborhood and open up, and we would be
Yeah.
there for the day. We do shows throughout the day, and we face with the children, and it was really a great learning experience for me. I got to learn a lot of things about theater and how to make something out of nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing it since then, and to me, I wouldn't consider myself necessarily a, by today's standards, a singing recording artist.
Mm-hmm.
I consider myself a performer storyteller. And
Oh, I
use,
like that.
yeah, I try to use the instrument to tell the story. And
I
however
like
I
that.
use the instrument to tell the story, that's what I want to do.
I like that. I like that. So when did the use of your instrument in telling a story transition to these big, huge kinds of theatrical things that you did? How did that transition happen, TC?
Um, it's all kind of in my head. A lot of things are in my head. I've done
Mm-hmm.
several very large scale theatrical productions out of LA and
Mm-hmm.
working there. And to me, it's about how do you access what you were given?
Mm-hmm.
You stay true to the thing that God put you here to do. I think
Mm.
we get caught up in making money on something, and because that's what
Mhm.
America is, it's very materialistic, it's very about money. And we
Mhm.
have been told that what we have is valuable because they
Mhm.
hit it all the time. So
Mhm.
it's about how do I hold true to the truth of what I feel I'm here to do and still be
Mhm.
able to make my monetary gains. So I want to live the way I want to live. So that's the line I
Yes.
walk, But it is
Yes.
really more about honoring the things that I've been given to
Mhm.
hopefully be able to use them to move the needle in my community a little bit further forward.
Mhm. Mhm. You know, you inspire so many people with your voice. This is what people are telling me now.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, because I
oh,
can't read
class,
that.
huh?
I can't read that, so okay. What they say? What they say?
My attorney just said, love these two class acts all around. Hey, James Walker.
Hey, what's up, Jack
Um,
Walker?
but you do inspire people because, you know, you do bring that storytelling element to your performances as a singer. But when I've seen you as an actor, you bring the whole total 100% of you to the moment and to the character. And that's all anyone wants when they're sitting in an audience. They don't want a little bit of you. They
Right.
want they want it all. And you bring that. I remember when we were singing with Reverend Andrews, and before you went on stage, you were doing these, you know, this aerobic kind of exercise, you know. And here I'm just trying to preserve my energy. So, but I remembered that because the energy where you are before you hit is the energy that you bring when you come to the set or to the stage. And yes, so I was watching. I remember that. You know who did that as well? Sherman Hemsley. I
Mm.
saw him. I was on set for an episode that he was in of Meet the Browns, I believe. Or what's the other show? Not Meet the Browns.
Amen.
House of Pain. House of
How's it?
Pain.
Oh,
I was on set. I was they don't call it extra now. They call it background
okay.
on that. And Sherman Hensley was the guest. And what he would do right before he came on stage, he would just kind of jump up and down, stand in place, jump up and down, and bring that energy up, you know. And that's exactly what he brought to the character as soon as you saw him, as soon as he was live, as soon as the camera was on him. And so I saw that in you that day. I was like, I love it. I'm learning. I'm never too old to learn and see what the real pros
Okay.
see what the real pros do. So how'd you get the call about living single? How'd that happen?
um, Living Single was an audition that I thought was over, and had sent the tape in, and they said no, we're gonna go in a different direction. I was okay, cool. Month or so goes by, and I get a call from my agent saying, well, they want to see you in LA for Living Single. It's like, I thought that was over. He said, apparently not. So, they're going to fly you out. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I
Yeah.
went out, did the screen test, met Erica and maybe Kim Fields that day. And that was on a Tuesday. Was that Tuesday? Yeah, I think it was on Tuesday. By that evening, I had the job, and then Wednesday we went to work.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So
First tape record was
you
like,
weren't living in LA at the time?
nope, nope,
So
not
how
at
does that happen? You have to go and you have to how did that I mean what did you do? Did you stay in a hotel? I mean,
Yeah,
how did that work?
they put you up. They put you up until until everything's finalized and you get your place, and they put me up.
Wow, wow. Who knew it would be 5 years?
Yeah, like, well, not quite five for me, almost.
Almost 5 years. Who
Almost.
knew that? I mean, how did you feel about that? Renew it again, renew it again, renew it again. How did that feel? Because
Oh, it's it's great to know that people. Let me go back. Living single was more than just a gig for all of us. We knew that we were a part of something that was different. We knew that we were creating images that had not been seen. So I think there was a certain amount of that we all had for the project when we came to work every day. And that collective mindset, I think, made the show what it is. I
Mm,
think that made our friendship what it is because we actually are really friends.
mm,
All, you
mm.
know, we talk to each other as regular as we can.
I love it. I love it.
And what you saw was real. And I think everybody's very proud of the images that we chose to put forth because they're been able to stand the test of time.
Absolutely. I've seen lots of episodes, late night TV, because I'm up all night. And I feel like I'm catching up. I don't know about anyone else, but during the 90s, right?
Hmm.
This is the 90s. During the 90s, I was raising four children. And so I couldn't always catch, all the episodes. And so I've really been catching up on them. Your character, of course, we all fell in love with your character. And for me, it was also Kim Coles. Did I say it
Uh-huh.
right, Kim Coles?
Uh-huh.
Because her hair was my hair. Whatever her style was that week, or the next week, that was my style because she had braids,
Uh-huh.
which was the other thing. How many shows had women that had braids or natural hairstyles? And, so we loved that. It was just powerful for us. And all of the characters from that, we still follow in whatever your iteration is because you had such an effect on our lives. That those were key years for me. I was about, no, I wasn't y'all's age. I was in my 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I don't know what years. But during that time, your effect on us was something that we could carry into our day because we were seeing it. As the saying goes, they can be what they see. That's the phrase of the 100 Black Man. But here's a young African American man that he's what was your job, Kyle?
Stockbroker. I was
That's
a
right. That's
stockbroker.
right. I know exactly what. But he's a stockbroker, for heaven's sakes. Queen Latifah's character had a magazine, publishing, and so everyone. Erica Alexander's character was an attorney,
Right.
and so everyone was inspiring us at that time. And those are things that last a lifetime. We need those kinds of images. Of course, I know people are always asking you about the reunion.
Yeah, well, keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. Okay, we will. We will. We will. I mean, we could see the children of, or the
Right.
partners of, or
I
the
think that would
families
happen
of.
before you got the cast back. I think they would have a show about the kids from those people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
not us, but our children.
Yes. 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 That would be powerful. Well, we're going to keep hope alive on that. We're going to keep
Okay.
hope alive.
Okay. Please,
So
please.
let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing lately during this time of pandemic. Um,
Yeah.
it is the strangest time in my life. I thought I kept saying this earlier because I thought it was just me. And then I talked to people that are my age or older, and they're saying the same thing. This is the strangest time in our lives. But
Yeah.
from every person, though, that's been on as part of BronzeLens Live, there's something creative and wonderful that they've had a chance and had time to do. So what are you doing? What are you doing, TC?
There's a lot of stuff going on. Well, we just finished a movie, another incarnation from Coins from Christmas. Coins for Christmas is called Coins for,
Okay.
and it'll be out soon, starring Essence Atkins, and Stephen Bishop and Karan Joseph and myself. It's really a cute movie.
Okay.
kind of pull at your heartstrings a little bit,
Okay.
and we need to see movies like that for us. Hallmark has all these movies that you don't see Black people. You don't see
Mm-hmm.
Black love like that. And so
Mm-hmm.
TV One, that they're working to create this for us. They're working to create
Mm-hmm.
this genre of movies for us, and they're doing a really good job. And I think Essence and Steven do a great job. So is Karan and everybody else in the movie. Um, Jamal is a really great young director, and I look for more things from him. So it's nice to see a network creating content for us, starring.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I,
Absolutely.
and I also just finished another project that's going to be online. It's called The Gaze, Gaze, and it is written
Mm-hmm.
by a brother named Larry Powell. Larry Powell's an actor, writer, and it basically chronicles the rehearsal period for a production that is going to happen virtually for this theater festival.
Oh,
So we filmed everything on Zoom, on our phones, on our little
yes.
GoPro cameras, and
Yes.
really excited about what that's going to look like because it's a new way to kind of tell a story, especially for theater. And he
Yes.
broke the show up into 12 10-minute episodes.
Okay.
That should start, I want to say, on the 17th, but if you check my Instagram and Facebook and all that information will be there for that. And
Okay.
it'll be interesting to watch.
We'll
Uh,
we'll grab that. Our team will go and find that and
okay,
grab that, and we'll post that on the Bronze Lens page for people that are following, so that folks can see what you're doing.
cool, cool. And I know we had talked about the cooking thing.
Yes, I was waiting for you to get to
I'm,
that.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. So I stopped cooking for a minute because when everything kind of blew up, it seemed a little frivolous to me. And I explained this to a friend of mine, and she looked at me. She said, "No, it's not." Said people need something that will take them away from what this is, and something
Yes,
that is
sir.
nurturing. And food is always nurturing, and it's fun to watch you cook. And you need to keep doing that. What are you doing?
Yes.
So I said, "Okay, cool." Buddy of mine just bought a new house, great kitchen, so we're gonna start filming in his kitchen. We start next month, and by the end of next month, we should have the first ones out. But we're gonna
Oh my,
actually
I love it.
and it'll be on my YouTube page, my YouTube
Okay.
channel, my YouTube channel.
Okay, all right. So again, let us know.
Well,
We follow everyone that's a guest or part of our Bronze Lens family, and we will help, push that out and push the word out for you. Is there any kind of special dish that you have that's, you're going to be
uh,
bringing us?
no, I cook everything, and so I'm just working to figure out what is going to make these first 5 shows pop for people to make them want to come back and see the next group of 5. I figure I'll do
Yes,
groups of 5 or 6,
yes.
because you can film that in a day out where we're going to be. So yeah, I'm excited about it. The show really is about more than cooking for me, though. I've talked to young people, and I realize a lot of young men, they don't know how to do anything. They can't
Hmm.
cook, they can't do laundry, they don't know how to grocery shop, they don't know how to do anything. So this show is geared specifically toward young African American men to show them, give them life skills. We're gonna learn how to cook. Eventually, not in this first 5, but eventually I'll have a young person come in and he'll be my sous chef, and I'll show him how
Love
to do what I'm doing, and we'll talk about current events and things that's going on. We may bring another guest in, or another brother, and we can have this conversation that you don't see between Black men. You don't see this
hmm
conversation between older Black men and younger Black men. And I
hmm
think
hmm
it's a great way to have it, is to have it around food, because food brings us together anyway. So
Absolutely.
that's the goal of the show, the big goal of the show. Right now, I'm just trying to get people used to me cooking, and I'm working to get used to cooking for y'all. That's what I'm
And
doing.
we're going to love it. I know this already. I know we're going to love it. You know why? Because just like your friend who encouraged you, so many of us are cooking. I'm cooking now personally more than I've cooked since my kids left home.
Yeah.
And that's like an everyday or every other day thing. And just to be refreshed and get a new take on something, a new version of something that you've done or something that you never even thought about doing will be grand. And if you're doing it, TC, it's going to be wonderful, you know. So you've got fans already. We're going to be there with you and watching with you, you know.
Thank you, thank you. And
Yes, sir.
music-wise, there's one more thing coming.
Yes.
My first album, there's a song on my first album, Truth, called "Come Together," and me and my team, we decided to pull that song off that album and create a video, kind of addressing what's going on right now. And so we're gonna look at that coming out probably next week sometime. So that'll be on my Instagram page, and then you'll be able to get the full video on my YouTube channel.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. And what's it called again? Truth?
No, the song is called "Come Together."
Come Together.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the album Truth.
Okay. Okay. I love it. It's perfect for this time. So you kind of jumped ahead to what I was going to ask you, which is, speaking of these times we're in, how has that affected your desire to speak to it? And so what you're doing, you're going to do it through music?
Well, I think this is the time for artists. Um, we get to say things that a lot of people want to say, but we get to say them in a way that more people will hear.
Yes.
And we bring the light. We bring the light, and it's very dark in this country right now.
Mm,
And
mm,
so we cannot get caught up in the darkness. We have to bring the light. So it's
mm-hmm,
important for us to be true to our times, but be hopeful, to look beyond what's going on now. I think a lot of people are looking at the problem, and I get it. The problem is racism. The problem is the disparity between our cultures. But that's not our problem to fix. It's our problem to point out and hold people at task to fix it.
mm,
It is not
mm,
our problem to fix. That is their
mm,
problem. They have to fix that. We have to hold them to task to fix it, but they have to fix it. The question is, what are we doing? How are we fixing our neighborhoods? How are we coming back to us and bringing our resources back to us? How are we not giving everything away and complaining about it when they don't want to fix it for us? How do we keep it and fix it ourselves? And that's what this time is for me. I'm not looking at them. We're gonna hold you to task. You're gonna fix this. But in the meantime, what am I doing over here? What's going on in my neighborhood? How am I helping my people? What am I doing
yes.
that moves the needle forward some? Don't have to move it a lot. But can you move the needle forward a little bit? Then you're doing what you're supposed to do. And that's what I'm looking at right now. How do I move the needle forward, even just a little bit?
Oh, I love it. That's truth right there. Hashtag truth. Everything you just said. Everything you just said. It's been interesting because among all of the guests that we've had on Bronze Lens Live, the things that people say are very similar. But from an artist perspective, we all feel that there is something we can do to contribute to the overall voice. You know, everybody's not going to be at a podium or with a megaphone, but there's a different kind of megaphone, as you're saying, that you can have now, particularly as an artist, and particularly with the tools that are
Yeah.
are available for us now. You know.
That's the other thing. This time has shown people that you don't need all that extra stuff to get your message out, to get your art out, to get your music or your play out. You don't need all that. All you need is a phone and a computer. Good.
How about that? How about that? How
That's
about
it.
that? A good internet connection, yes.
Yeah, that too.
That too. That too. That too. Well, you know, one of the things that I also wanted to ask you is that during the time that I have been observing other artists, actors, producers, directors, musicians, there are some traits that I've found that are consistent among all of those people, no matter whether they're in front of the camera or behind or on stage or in their cooking shows or in their gardens. Um, those words
Real,
are, I don't know, What is that?
That's my,
Did you
that's
hear
me.
that ding?
That's me, darling. That's
Oh,
me.
okay. All righty. Those words are passion,
Uh-huh.
perseverance,
Uh-huh.
creativity,
Mm-hmm.
collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
So my little game that I have has a number for each one of those words. I'm just not going to tell you what the number is, but if you pick a number from 1 to 4, you will land on one of those words. And I'd like you to speak to the power of that in your life. Do you want me to
Just
pause
a
for a
second.
moment while you do anything?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So while TC is getting that noise arrested and taken care of, just a reminder to all of you to please stay tuned until the end of our program and after, because I have quite a few announcements and I have some upcoming dates of things related to BronzeLens that I want to clue you in about. This has been a very busy week for our team behind the scenes because it takes well, what do they say? Teamwork makes the dream work. And it takes a lot of people to not only make this production happen, BronzeLens Live, but tomorrow, I'll just go ahead and spill it. Tomorrow will be the official selections announcement. So as you always hear me say, we've had films submitted to BronzeLens from all over the country, all over the country. And now we have come to the time where we're going to announce who those films are that will be in BronzeLens, the Virtual Experience 2020. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later because TC is back. So let me refresh your memory. The words are perseverance, passion, collaboration, creativity. So pick a number from 1 to 4 and you'll land on one of the, pretend I have a big wheel up here.
And I only get one?
You only get one. You can have, I mean, if you really need to, but you get one. Let's start with your first one.
Give me number 3.
Number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is perseverance.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
sir. Talk about that power.
Okay, let me go back there. So, as a creative person, as a actor, somebody who uses who they are to hopefully inspire and to gain work, um, you put yourself out in a place of vulnerability every time you go to an audition. If you're doing it right, you open yourself up when you get to the audition and you get told no all the time. You get told no a lot more than you get told yes. So if you don't persevere, if you don't believe that this is what you're here to do, then you won't get where you want to be. You have to have perseverance. You have to understand that. For me, I can only put this to me. I don't put an endpoint on what it looks like. I just know that I'm pushing towards something.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
moving toward whatever that is. I don't know what it is.
Yes.
I know it's not that
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
I know it's there. So I'm
Yes.
pushing. And that's all I need to do is just keep pushing toward that.
Yes. 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 I love that. I love that. Perseverance. Would you like another number?
Yes.
Go ahead. Just say it. Tell me. You have 1, 2, and 4 left.
I have 3. 1, number 1.
Oh, yeah. Collaboration.
Ah.
Speak to that. Power of collaboration.
Collaboration is wonderful when it works. When people actually have the spirit of wanting to collaborate. I think when you can, that's one of the things I love about music is that live music is a collaboration. It's a conversation,
Absolutely.
and you can't be in a live music situation and have a monologue because it doesn't work with everybody else. Now, you may have a soliloquy, but you won't have a monologue. It is about the collaboration between everybody. And I think that's when art happens. That's why I like recording with everybody playing at the same time, because things happen when when you're listening to somebody else. Things happen. You hear something that you didn't hear the last take. So you
That's
do something
right.
different,
Yes.
which somebody else causes somebody else to do something different, which takes you on all,
Yes.
so the collaboration makes the magic happen to me. And I always like people who are willing to be open enough to collaborate and make something wonderful happen.
Do you have a favored instrumentalist or instrument that you collaborate best with?
I love working with Patrice Rushen. I absolutely, she hears me when I don't hear me.
Yes.
And I've only worked with a couple of piano players that know how to direct you, but not lead you.
Mm. Say that one more time. Say it one more time.
They know how to direct you, but not lead you. So I'm gonna point you over here, and I'm gonna wait and see what you
Hmm.
do with that.
Yes, yes,
And she
yes,
go, oh,
yes.
okay. Well, let me point you over here and see what you do with that.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
we have a really good time. We did a show down here for the National Black Arts Festival one year, her and myself, and Spike on drums. And it was really a
Hmm.
magical evening. We did some things that I had never
Hmm.
done before because we were
Hmm.
having a conversation with the collaboration.
Yes, yes, yes. That conversation between instrumentalists and vocalists is so important, and it's not words, It's just what you said. It's the listening,
Absolutely.
and oh, you're gonna do that chord over there. Oh, well,
Paying
let's see
attention.
what that's gonna be like.
Paying
Yes.
attention. There was a wonderful drummer, Ndugu Chancellor. And Ndugu has played with everybody from Michael Jackson to Sting. And he
Mm-hmm.
was my drummer when I had my band in LA. And he since has made his transition. Um, but I remember him always, because he knew I listened. So he would do rhythmic things just to see if I was paying attention. And when I,
Oh, yes.
you know, and sometimes I would look back at him, and sometimes it wouldn't. I just throw it back at him, and he'd be like, oh, okay, he paying attention, you know. So,
Yes. You have
and that's
amazing
fun, isn't
ears. You have amazing ears. You can talk drum. There are only two people I know that can talk drum. When I say talk drum, that's like say and articulate every beat that the drum can make or will make. And that's my producer, a guy named Phil Davis, and a guy named TC Carson. Because when you
Thank
talk
you.
drum, it is just like the most amazing thing. I'm going to tell y'all, whenever you see that TC is performing, when we get back to that, or when it's going to be online and I'm going to speak that into existence for you, you've got to just tune in and see the multifaceted, all the pieces that TC brings, because you are a percussionist, you're a bass player, you're a pianist, and you sing, and you do all of that with your voice. And I just find it so fascinating. As a singer myself, I find it so fascinating, all of the things that you do and that you use this instrument for.
Mm.
So I just thank you for that, TC. Thank you for sharing about that. Because I think folks are just going to be so surprised and amazed when they hear everything. And let me mention your CDs again. Live in Beverly Hills is
Mhm.
one, and Truth,
Mhm.
and they're available on iTunes, Amazon MP3, and Spotify.
Yep.
And so now I want to open it up to a few questions. We have a little bit of time, if you don't mind,
As long as
that
you don't
people that
read
are
them.
listening in.
As
As
long as
long
you
as I
don't read
read them. Okay,
them.
so I have to get close. Hold on, let me just get up here. Hold on, let me see, because I can't see from far away. I'm as bad as you are. All right. Oh my goodness. Yes, collaborations. That was Colette Lorray says collaborations are important. All right, hold on here. I keep messing up. So any questions for TC? I loved when you sung on Living Single. That's Shawnee Sean too said that.
Hey, Sean too.
They like that. Bronze Lens, you famous or something? That was what Mohammed Shubabi said to you. Is that a friend of yours?
Uh-uh.
Okay, question is, are you coming? Okay, two questions. Are you coming back to Greenleaf?
Nope.
Okay, all right. Answered. Thank you. Do people still call you Kyle?
Yep.
When you run into folks on the street?
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to collaborate with next?
Lettucey.
Lettucey? Oh, that would be awesome. Okay, that would be awesome. We're putting it into the universe.
Yes.
Putting it in the universe. I love it. Lettucey.
Or Michelle.
Okay. Oh yes.
Or Michelle. Or both.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. And I love the both of them. How are you today, TC? Someone says, how you doing today?
You know what? Today is a good day.
Okay.
Had a good workout this morning. Had a good protein shake. I'm having a good conversation. So yeah, today's a good day.
Okay, I love it. Can we expect a cookbook soon?
Yeah, but how soon is the question because I don't write nothing down. So I have to go back and redo the recipes and actually figure out how much I'm putting in and yeah. So
okay, yeah, I got you. I got you on that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. So I put up a
Maybe
dish.
cookbook with a CD or I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Some
I love
music
it.
to cook by.
Oh yes, I love it. And here's what you cook while you're listening to this.
There you go.
I love it. I love it. Your attorney's stirring up stuff, and he says, when will we see a Kathleen TC combo at the Atlanta Jazz Festival? Well, first we got to get the Atlanta Jazz Festival back.
And ask Camille Love.
Ask Camille.
Ask Camille.
Hey, Camille.
Ask Camille. She'll let you come in. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I want that cookbook. Cookbook, yeah. Girls Envy says, I enjoy your cooking videos. You look great. Silver Daddy in the building. Let's see. Do you still keep in touch with the cast from Living Single? I think we talked about that a little earlier.
Yeah, I talked to
Cass 2014 says, hey TC, I'm a fan and can't wait to cook with you. Minneapolis in the house.
What's up, Minneapolis?
And hey TC, I've been playing you on my show, the Smooth Jazz Cafe on WOS. I lost it. WOS Radio. So someone's out there that's been playing your music.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So much.
Colette Lorray says, did you direct any of your acting ventures? And if not, is that in your plans?
No, I have not. And I'm not sure. Like one of the cameramen was really working to get me to direct some of the Living Single stuff. But at the time, I really was focused on working on music and looking at Living Single. That was going to be a platform to help push my music. So I didn't really have the time to be branching off into something else like that. I'm not sure. I would like to try my hand at it. And to see how it fit. I'm not opposed to it. It would be nice.
Okay. All righty. Hey TC, I've been playing you on my show. This is Big Corn 120, the Smooth Jazz Cafe on WOSDradio.com, Sundays, 9 p.m. Central. He says, you know me from Chicago.
Okay, Chi-Town. What's up, Chi-Town?
And I'm going to take one more. I volunteer as a tester for all dishes. That's TRI_S68. Your
Okay.
role, we love the Black Lightning. I'm trying to see if I can catch everything. I just want to know where I can get your apron. Rhonda Edelin 9 says, I just want to know where I can get your apron. What you wear on your show, I guess.
It was just a regular white apron. I think I got it at Crate and Barrel.
Aha. Okay. Okay. All right. See, you starting something there. Starting something. Um, okay. I think some of these are the same things. So TC, you can hang around if you'd like. I have a few announcements that I want to talk about, and but I want to say thank you for taking the time to be with us for Bronze Lens Live.
Hmm.
When I call you, and I've called on you for a few things. You are always so gracious and so giving to Bronze Lens. You are our friend, our brother forever. We so appreciate all of the talents that you have, but you give. And I just want you to know I thank you for that. Thank you for taking time for us today, for your fans, for the folks that tuned in. And this video will be on our Bronze Lens homepage, bronzelens.com, within the next 24 hours, and also on our Instagram. So you can come back and check it out, Kyle. Listen, did I say Kyle? TC?
See, y'all see, right?
What?
Y'all see. You see
What?
what happens,
What?
right? Okay.
I
Welcome to
know.
my world.
I'm really talking to you, right? But TC, you can come and check it out as well. We just love you, and I can't say thank you enough, okay?
Well, I thank you for providing me the opportunity to talk a little bit and see your lovely face. And, one collaboration that I did not mention was ours, but I know that's going to happen. So I'm not really, I don't
We
have to
can
put
make
that
that
out. I know
happen.
that's going to happen. Yeah. We just have to
We
figure out
can
what we're
make
going
that
to do.
happen.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yes,
already
sir.
happening.
You got a
We just figure
friend
out what we're
right
going to do.
here. You got a friend. So listen to these great things that are coming up for Bronze Lens right quick. Just
What you
while you're
got?
there,
What you
while
got?
the folks can see your beautiful face. Um, Bronze Lens is a virtual experience this year. This is our first time, August 11 through 16. So I'm trying to get people used to the fact that we are not a brick and mortar film festival, but we're still going to be fabulous online August 11 through 16. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, we are going to announce the official selections of Bronze Lens, the virtual experience. These are films that will be screening online for Bronze Lens from the 11th through the 16th. So be sure to check us out at 2 p.m. tomorrow on Facebook Live. That's going to be our official selection announcement. Next week is the week I wanted to tell you about for people that are in the industry. Melissa Randall is going to interview producer-director Diane Ashford next week, and the title of their conversation is Lights, Camera, COVID: How Production Has Changed in the Era of a Global Pandemic. We talked a little bit about this last week when we had Angie Bones on. We talked a little bit about this the week before when Patrice Coleman, makeup artist, was on. But for people that are interested in getting back to work, we're going to talk about how it's going to be possible to do that in this time and be safe. Not only your own personal safety, but that of your staff and your crews, etc. And then on the 22nd of July, Don Gilliam, script supervisor for films like Black Panther, Star Wars, and Star Trek, is going to be with us. And I'm very excited for you to learn about Don's very fascinating career. And I've got some other great names coming up. I'll just save them for the next time. But be sure to check us out tomorrow, Bronze Lens, 2 p.m., Facebook Live, our official selections. Anything that I've missed, you can find on our website, bronzelens.com. And thank you again so much for being with us, TC. I love you, and I wish the best for you. Stay safe, and maybe I'll check you out one morning walking again, okay?
All righty. You have a
All
great rest
right.
of the day. And
Stay
thank
safe,
you again.
everybody. Mask
Bye,
up.
all. Y'all have a good day.
Wash your hands.
Please
Mask up. Wash your
wash
hands.
your hands.
Stay safe. Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.